Oh, hi. Evening. How is everyone? John, Twaziko, Vadim, Ben, Liam, and Michael. Thank you all for joining. Appreciate it. Mr. Project Mayhem as well. God, big turnout tonight. Happy Americanus Day in LMU. Yeah, I may have made a little bit of a mistake and not realised that this was 144 minutes. That was my bad. So yeah, never mind. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. This will be the longest I'll have ever driven an LMP2 in one go. I can't believe how shit you've been either, John, to be honest with you. Do you know what I started doing earlier, actually? I hope this is going to work. Hopefully you can hear this.
Shit on it.
Can you hear this?
Shit on it.
I hope you can hear that. You just reminded me, Ben. You've just reminded me. I'm going to put that back up. Right, let's take out some fuel. I don't know how many laps of quali we'll get, but do you know what I did a little hack. So what I've done is basically I just increased my subscription to the Pro Plus because it was a prorated charge. So basically it meant that I only paid like £2, obviously for this month. But I can always like reduce it for next time and just buy the pass. Little hack though. I understand your pain, John. I feel exactly the same way. Right, here we go. Evening, Will. America, hell yeah. I need an eagle sound. That's what I need on my Steam Deck. I need an eagle sound. That would be great. If I had an eagle sound, that would be fantastic. Strap yourselves in, boys. Strap yourselves in. Oh my word. Oh my word. What have we done? Ben, get out. You know what? I don't even know when the last time was that I drove the non-ELMS LMP2 car. It's been a very long time, put it that way. I know I say this every time, by the way, boys, but if you could deploy your likes, that would be very much appreciated. Appreciate everyone turning up this evening and hanging out when you could instead be driving these tracks for yourself. What I've learned is that those curbs are absolute death. You just cannot touch them. You're watching and about to start driving. Are you going to watch and drive at the same time? Because I don't think that's advisable. Oh, we've got a purple sector 1, but for how long remains to be seen. You're not laughing now, are you, Mr. Ben, Liam and Michael? I've spoken too soon. So my thinking with doing this race was that ideally we'll make it through the entire thing. If not, for whatever reason, shut up, Ben. There'll be plenty of other things to do. We can jump into one of the gold ones.
Lap 142.40.
It's looking good so far. Yeah, well, that was a real low point, Ben, so a little bit of a lock up there. I realised I really had to book my ideas up after that situation. I was very quickly in a practice server before the race actually opened. And Jardia was in there. He was in the practice server that I was in. He was doing a 138. A 138. We are a mile away. Also, Mr. Twazico, I need you to do me a favour and send me that little voice clip that you have. Basically, because John never streams anymore, you're going to have to get the sound clip from somewhere. And it might as well be me.
Time 140.98.
I think everyone needs it. Honestly, everyone needs that sound. I don't think I'm going to do that, Buff. Second gear for turn 1. We'll try that. 1:39. I don't think we got that in us.
That time was a 1:40.65.
Oh, he knows things, this lad. Second gear is the way. Keep that useful information coming. Yeah, I've had to do that as well, Buff, but I got no track pack. I'm sure it's on its way. I wouldn't do that, Ben. He'll probably charge you somewhere in the region of $500 to $1,000. I got a little bit too brave through the chicane there.
Time 1:39.78.
I'm not going to lie, I'm actually quite pleased with this pace, considering. Watch your back, Jardia. I am coming for you. There's no possible way we're starting this race in P2. It's just it's not possible. I told you it wasn't possible.
Time 1:39.62.
Well, even still, P3, boys, that's not bad at all. I'll take that. I will take that. Right, fresh tyres, full fuel. I'm not going to change anything else because it's literally pointless. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. So we're just going to hope for the best. We are just going to hope for the best. Split 4, so, you know. There are a lot of people in here, though. 62 cars. A 62 car grid. That is insane. That is insane. Yeah, Jardia knows. He's scared. He's terrified.
For a race start.
"82 laps. I don't know exactly how many people are here, but appreciate everyone being here. Thank you so much. I just, honestly, I just want to survive. I would just love to get to the end. Hopefully everyone's going to be on their best behaviour. That's the hope. I'm gonna pretend that I'm not even gonna say your name anymore. I'm just gonna pretend that you're not here.
Formation
I know. It's too warm. I don't care. It's far too warm. I've got my big fan on next to me, so I want to be comfortable. This is gonna be a long one. This is going to be a long one. Mr. Nick, how are you? Mr. Nick buys any car. Exactly 2 hours and 24 to be precise. You've arrived just at the time where I'm starting to get bullied, Nick. By all these people who, for some reason, aren't racing themselves. I think basically they've just turned up to be hurtful. I could be wrong, but I think at the stop we're taking a full tank of fuel. I think. Fuck's sake. I walked into that, didn't I? I mean, I know Daytona is Daytona, right? But it does look pretty good. I mean, it's having a fairly hefty impact on my frame rate, all these additional assets in the crowd. For some reason, we haven't left a gap to the hypers, but...
Green flag, green flag.
Here we go. Wish me luck. Smoke, can't see anything. Ben. Gift subs right now, Ben. Gift memberships right now, Ben. You owe me that at the very least. You owe me that at the very least, Ben. Wolf, why do you have to say these things? Why do you have to say these things? Right, stop the count. End the race there. We don't need to go any further. How on earth are we possibly in the lead of this race? It just doesn't make any sense.
Lap 155.92.
do want to read chat, but I am genuinely concentrating. I'm doing a thing. There's death. There is always death. I'm used to buff, don't worry. Haters gonna hate and all that. Oh my word. That was very polite of him. It was nice for him just to sort of drive through me, really. I mean, to be fair, I think this guy's very much in the wrong split. If that was P1, then he was a lot faster in qualifying. You know what? I probably should have done, but I'm just too polite. I'm too much of a fair racer. I mean, he's braking incredibly late. There is every possibility that he's got grip hacks. Or he just drives LMP2 a lot more than I do.
That time was a 141.78.
Come on, man. Get on with it. Get on with it. Daytona is pretty cool, to be fair. Also, hi, Jay. Why aren't you driving right now? I'm just more sophisticated, that's all it is. It's sophistication and class. You can't find the motivation to drive, but you just bought yourself a new wheel. What? Your decision-making process, Jay, is honestly quite questionable.
That's 141.16.
So to be fair, I did actually try this out in a hyper in practice earlier on today, and turn one was impossible to get right. I locked a wheel literally every single time. We've gone in deep. Honestly, Jay, I would recommend that you get the R12. Like you surely must be able to get one on like eBay or Marketplace or something. There's probably loads of them for sale. What? What the hell?
Lap 141.52.
Oh, Jesus Christ. P1 is absolutely flying, by the way. I must admit, I do like the look of the KS Pro myself. It's either that or the Conspit 300 GT. Both very similar things. Yeah, I did see that they didn't unfortunately fix that in the patch for the hypercars, the oscillations. If Vadim was in the lobby, I would have been killed at least twice by now. Oh, thank you, Twazico. Twazico.
1.18.
Oh my word. Has he got a puncture? I think he might have a puncture. Which is now a thing. Oh, Will, what happened? Obviously death happened, but... Yeah, this is not the unrestricted version though, is it? So... It's not quite as fast anyway. Also, a word of warning to anyone who chooses to do this for themselves. That chicane is genuinely terrifying. At least in the LMP. I haven't tried it in a GT3 yet.
That time was a 141.17.
We had a great start to the race, Will. We were in P1 for a time. And then actual P1 is now basically just running away with it and showing off. He's either in the wrong split or is cheating. I mean, it could just be that he's better, but that would also imply that he's in the wrong split. Yeah, ELMS is the unrestricted version. For WEC, they had to restrict it because I think these are technically quicker than hypercars. I'm definitely going to try this in VR. I was thinking that earlier. I want to really experience the banking in VR.
Lap 140.81.
Oh my word, come on. The silliness has started already. I mean, I say that, but it is genuinely difficult to get the car stopped into turn one for the hypercars. Yeah, it is going to be horrendous. And me and Mr. Will Overtake have foolishly decided that we would take part in the 4 hours of Laguna Seca. I mean, no one needs to drive Laguna Seca for that long, ever. That's just too long for Laguna Seca. Would that be okay with you, Ben? Would it be alright if we started from the pits from Laguna Seca? I mean, you know, just being as that it is quite a chaotic track. Ben's quite opinionated when it comes to these sorts of things, Will. I know he doesn't mention it very much, but he does have an opinion about starting from the pits. Right, well, currently we're not doing enough fuel saving to make it the extra lap. I mean, not that it really matters, but it would be ideal. Anything we can do now is surely beneficial. What hypercar are you entering, Buff? Quite honestly, I would genuinely expect a lot of people to have the same idea to start from the pits. The only thing that might save us is the fact that well, that's good. We're back in P1 at least. P1, I think he's overcooked it. I think. So back to your original statement, Buff. I think this is now my race to lose.
Lap 143.24.
Like I said earlier, that chicane is genuinely is sketchy. is so sketchy. If you get just a little bit too much curb, it is immediate death, and it's unsavable. It's almost a bit like that little uphill chicane at Barcelona. If you get it wrong there, it's unsavable. It's the exact same thing. We are in split 4. I mean, split 1, Will. Split 1. 100% split 1. Definitely split 1. What, Moser have released a new wheelbase of them?
Lap 141.97.
Oh, we're getting lots of stuttering. Yeah, the Porsche at Laguna felt really nice. I mean, the default setup was like just heavy understeer, but Go setups are releasing their 1.4 setups on Thursday. So that'll at least give us a couple of days to get used to them. By the way, I'm not sure if everyone will have seen this or not, but the Reverend Sim Racing, he's doing some community races on Thursday evening, so look out for those because they're always a good laugh. And Mr. Stephen Hood himself, the actual CEO, joins in those races. I once accidentally murdered him in an LMP3, so that was fun. But yeah, look out for those because they are genuinely really good races. Yeah, I think that you do need to be able to like turn the crowds off, or at least reduce them or something. Because yeah, my frames are dipping an awful lot going through here.
Line 141.3.
It's only going to get worse as the lights start coming on as well. This non-ELMS version of the LMP2 is genuinely just not quite quick enough. Like, I would have expected more at the top end. And the lights are now coming on. Now, see, this goes back to what I was saying earlier, Ben, about just being that little bit more sophisticated. I've got a bit of time to play with behind. I'm not in a rush. I really do not want to ruin anyone else's race through my own stupidity.
Lap 142.18.
Also, by the way, I'm doing some fairly big lifts, so I don't know what I actually have to do to hit that +1 fuel target. Oh my word. Well, there's a lesson learned. I swear, Ben, that there's just something about when you say things that brings out the worst in me. Yeah, like I don't know how much more lift and coast I need to do to get that fuel target down. I mean, I know it's not mega important for this first stint. I think that you're trained in the dark arts or something, Ben. That's what I'm starting to think.
Lap 144.2.
Oh, don't worry, boys. Only 2 hours left to go. We're nearly there, really. I am now genuinely starting to get concerned about the frame rate with the lights coming on. I wonder how long this nighttime is actually going to last. If only PC Specialist would slide into my emails, I wouldn't have to be so concerned. Imagine that. Thank you, Will. Yeah, if you've not done so already, and you are enjoying yourself, it's statistically proven that the more likes I have on the stream, the less likely I am to crash. You know, I shouldn't say things like that. I shouldn't say things like that. I don't do myself any favours. Are you all sorted with your rig now, Ben? Did you get that additional piece that you needed? Yeah, I mean, they are largely important parts that you need as well, to be fair. Arguably the most important. Yeah, they're not a thing that you want to try and rush. Definitely not.
Lap 141.41.
Exactly twice a core. You're exactly right. If we can do that, that would be fantastic. By the way, this whole force feedback thing has been a genuine revelation. At first I thought maybe it's just placebo, but I think I've done enough driving now to know that it's genuinely made a big difference. Well, we're keeping that gap nicely at about 4.3 to P2, so I'm happy with that.
That time was a 141.1.
Aye, aye, Graham. In which part of the world are you today? Do you know what I've just realised that I haven't done, which is really important, and is now making me feel slightly nervous? I did not practice the pit entry because practicing the pit entry just makes too much sense. That's worrying. All I need to know is where the actual pit lane starts, because I don't want to drive over the wrong lines and get a penalty. That white line there. Okay. So basically the line comes up quickly. That's all I needed to know. That's fine. Just so I can account for it, that's all. We'll just have to be really careful on that pit entry though, because the last thing we want to do is lock up on the entry and inadvertently get ourselves a speeding in the pit lane penalty. Yeah, the group will be catching up slightly because I have just been taking it a bit easier, to be fair. Like we're not hitting that fuel target, but I'm making sure that I'm not overdriving. Like it seems like we will be double stinting the tires, so well, we'll definitely be double stinting them because we only have 2 left to use. So we're just making sure that we're not overdriving. Lambo's doing a bit of grass cutting. Come on, Mr. Caddy. I think the Cadillac might be one of the best sounding LMDHs. Or hypers, because I'm not sure if it's an LMH or an LMDH. It's one of them. It's a hypercar, and it sounds good, and that's all that matters. Four and a half track limits in half an hour. Where? Were they all at the corkscrew? I mean, we won't be the only ones, Will, so I'm not too worried about it, but that's usually the type of thing that I do.
Lap 141.88.
I think P2 might definitely be pushing now because he's just in a mid 40 or a 40.7. Thank you very much, Mr. Hypercar. We're not getting lucky with the traffic here. Second to last corner. Is that like the downhill left-hander? Like on the exit? Or do you mean the right-hander?
Time 141.33.
I know the bit you mean. Yeah, second last is the right-hander. I wonder... I mean, I know this is a really terrible thing to say because these ones have just come out. But I wonder when the next pack comes out, because last time it felt like, you know, for the ELMS pack, it felt like it took an age before Barcelona came out. You know, for 1.3. Also, that tip for using second gear in turn 1 was absolutely fantastic. What a legend. It actually made such a big difference. Surely they cannot do them quarterly because that's just... It's too big of a gap in between. Yeah, you'd like to think that we'd be close to having all of them by the end of the year. That was right on the edge of locking the rears. And I do literally mean right on the edge. I genuinely feel like we are getting all of the traffic at the absolute worst time. The LMS were trying to charge more. I mean, I don't know how they actually go about dictating the prices of them, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know how much a scan costs. I assume it's not cheap. The thing for me with the track packs is that, like, it's not... Like, in isolation, they're not expensive, like, when you consider how much the cost of iRacing is. But it's the fact that you also have to pay the cost of the base game as well as the DLCs on top, and then, you know, for championships and liveries, you have to then have the subscription as well. I think that's when it starts getting expensive. You know, because it's like... Just choose a payment model. Either be a subscription-based service, or don't. You know, don't have it both ways. That's my issue with it. Alright, boxing next lap. Boxing next lap.
1.22.
Yeah, I mean, iRacing is undoubtedly more expensive. I don't think anyone can dispute that it's not. But equally, iRacing are just a lot more upfront about, you know, how they charge for things. You know, it's not like we're... I mean, I'd like to think that it's not like we're going to get to a point where there's no new content for LMU. Right, we're boxing, we're boxing, we're boxing, we're boxing, we're boxing. Hi, John. Thank you for dropping in, mate. Appreciate it. By some sheer miracle... I panicked there. By some sheer miracle, we are actually leading this race. I don't know how. I don't know how we found ourselves in this position, but somehow we're leading. So I assume I have to get back to the fast lane as to not get a penalty. I also need to remember that tyres will be cold when we come out, and brakes.
Lap 2:48.26.
I don't want to put a down on things, but we might genuinely struggle to hold on to P1. Because this guy's been catching us hand over fist for the last couple of laps. I also didn't realise, sorry, that I was in second in the pits. Like we got a little bit lucky with traffic there. Or a lot lucky with traffic, actually. Right, the question is, do we try and go +1 on this stint? Need to remember that we've got a full tank. Also, thanks, by the way, Ben. That always means so much coming from you when you say stuff like that.
Time 2:06.75.
Hopefully we get lucky with the traffic. this time around. I am indeed back in P1. I'd like to say that I did it the hard way, but it was a very generous gift from the then P1. I've had more trouble with the hypercar traffic than I have with the GT3s. As hard as that is to believe. What have you signed up in, Nick? Are you doing LMP or are you doing GT3 or Hyper? I can genuinely recommend the LMP.
Lap 143.03.
Honestly, the LMP2 is really good. I would imagine it'll be even more satisfying as well with your new pedals.
Time 141.26.
Right, we're looking much better on the fuel saving this time around. We're not having to work too hard for it either. If anything, we're actually over-saving. See if we can't just keep opening that gap out.
Lap time was a 141.10.
Evening, Harry. No, do you know, I've not actually tried any VR yet. I am intending on trying some VR though. I think especially at Daytona it would be pretty insane given the banking. Oh, come on. Why hold us up? But no, I'm certainly excited to try this in VR. I mean, obviously, I've done it on AMS too, but it would be nice to do it on the latest scan. Yeah, I wonder if he's fuel saving a lot more than us. I guess that's the only thing with LMPs is that obviously because there's no VE, you can't actually see what people are doing fuel saving wise.
That time was a 141.67.
No, ACC does not have Daytona. At least not to the best of my knowledge, it doesn't. I don't ever remember seeing Daytona on there. But that's GT World Challenge, isn't it? And I don't know if GT World Challenge does Daytona. I'm sure someone will correct me. Yeah, it does. I much prefer strategy-driven races. Much prefer them. The 20-minute sprint races just do nothing for me in LMU. They're great if you've not got a whole lot of time to spend, but I just don't think they're particularly enjoyable. I'm curious to know how many people have used the new reporting system already. I mean, to be fair with Daytona, there isn't actually a whole lot to it. It's quite a simple track. Like the infield section is not. It's not overly complicated. I think the hardest part of this entire circuit is turn 1 and the chicane. The rest of it is honestly quite easy. I mean, it's fun. Like it's fun in multi-class. Yeah, this does genuinely look very good. AMS2 looks better. It's totally subjective, but just the way that game looks is... There's a lot more like graphical fidelity. I mean, this looks good, but it's still got that, you know, our factory LMU-ness about it. AMS2 is a bit more I want to say cinematic, but I don't think that's the right word. But yeah, this looks good nonetheless. Like the lighting's really nice. The atmosphere around the track is good. Absolutely no game is beating AC Evo at the minute though. Like AC Evo's graphics are just so incredibly like photorealistic.
That time was a 1:41.29.
Oh yeah, Sebring. Yeah, with all the different things happening around the track, I mean, I know that those things are not important, but for the immersion, it's just incredible. And especially in VR as well, because I did try out the 0.8 update in VR, and it was just, I mean, Kyle Army in VR was just unbelievable. If I wasn't doing stuff like this, like streaming and making videos and stuff, I genuinely would, I'd go back to only ever racing in VR. Because it really is just, it's that enjoyable. But for doing videos and streaming and like all that sort of stuff, it's just, it's not very convenient. My FPS on Evo is usually not too bad. Or Evo, depending on which way around you say it. Evo, Evo, one of the two. ACE. I mean, I do rely a lot on DLSS, but typically it's sort of in the hundreds.
That time was
Like
a
90 to 100.
1.13.
Which I know is still obviously not fantastic, but given how the game looks, it's bloody good. Yeah, in VR, you've got so much more spatial awareness, especially as well when you've got like the sort of spatial audio thing, like when you turn your head around and like you can hear where the sounds are coming from. You could definitely do... Eye strain wouldn't be the problem for an endurance. The problem would be heat. Heat would be the problem. But eye strain is not really a... I mean, you don't really even notice, to be honest, that like you've got your eyes that close to like to two little screens. Like your brain kind of like blocks that part of it out. It's just the weight of the headset and the heat of it on your face. That was why I liked the Dream Air so much, because the Dream Air obviously is so much smaller, so much more compact, and so light that you don't actually notice really that it's on your head. The only problem is that like the face gasket they've put on it is just, it's not padded enough, it's not squishy enough. And because it's got like a head strap around the back and not over the top like most other headsets, you do start to sort of feel that pain across your forehead. Because it's essentially like a pressure fit strap. Which doesn't work very well. I'm led to believe that they are changing that for when that headset actually like fully releases, because right now it's, I believe it's just like early access right now. I believe they've already like redesigned a new facial gasket for it. Which will be shipped with like all orders, I believe. But that was the only thing that really let it down. Like it's not very often that I'm like, I mean, I obviously I love tech. Of course I love tech, but it's not very often that I'm like absolutely amazed by tech. But when I put that on, I was just like, holy shit! Like this thing is ridiculously good. Yeah, you could argue actually that the sweating is quite realistic. I didn't try the SE, but I'm sure that the SE... I'm sure the SE will perform... I mean, it'll perform better than the normal Dream Air because it's not as high resolution. And I'm sure all the things that make the non-SE great will still be great in the SE, but I don't know for certain because I've not tried it. And I wouldn't like to say it. Oh my word. But I think the actual resolution of the lenses in the SE, I believe, could be wrong, they're very similar to the Reverb G2, which is one that, like, the headset that I bought myself. And even though that headset is quite old now, it still looks fairly good. I raced with that Reverb G2 only for probably about 6 months, if not a bit longer, and had no issues. And I got that Reverb G2 for an absolute bargain. Yeah, you lose some field of view, I'm sure, but what you lose in field of view, you gain in like clarity around the center. And you'll gain back in performance, like frame rate and stuff. So it's just like, I mean, ultimately, it really does come down to your budget, doesn't it, at the end of the day? It comes down to your budget. If someone put me on the spot and said, you have to choose between like the SE and the Crystal Super, I would choose the Dream Air. Every single time. Because the comfort is just, it really is just that much better. Wow, I didn't realise how much you'd closed the gap. I mean, I did lose a lot of time on that lap letting those two hypers by, but even still, that's a lot of time he's just gained. And yet somehow I don't know how we've ended up in this situation where we're so far away from the rest of the field. That seems strange to me. We're doing nicely with the fuel saving. I think at this point we've basically bought ourselves that extra lap of fuel on this stint. There really isn't that much of an offset, is there? Between this LMP2 and the GT3s. It's so much more noticeable in ELMS. We've almost got ourselves +3 laps. I think we can probably use a little bit of fuel. Oh, stay off those curbs, come on. Do not need to be taking risks. I absolutely do not need to be taking risks.
Lap 141.34.
Got more traffic to contend with now. And quite a lot of it by the looks of things. That Mustang's just killed the Corvette. We're literally just marginally off that target for +3. Right, don't touch the curb on the inside. Don't touch the curb on the inside. That is a mistake. Evening, Pheasant. Your eyes are not deceiving you. We are in factually leading this race. I don't know what just came out of my mouth just then.
2.04.
I'll try again. Your eyes are not deceiving you. We are, in fact, actually leading this race. I feel like I just had a stroke mid-sentence. Right, well, we're going to coin that phrase anyway, in factually. We're being efficient with our words. Yeah, I mean, I'm dying myself in this office. I thought you had AC in the cabin, John. I do not want to catch these GT3s here.
Time 141.13.
So at the next stint, what do we do about tyres? Do we take 2 quali tyres and 2 fresh tyres and go for a full set? Put the fresh tyres on the right side and the quali's on the left? Or do we just change the right side? Any suggestions? Do we do nothing? I mean, I think we're going to have to do something. Do we see what our quali set is actually on? 97%. So we could just put the quali set on and then save the new ones right for the very end. Or we could just not use the new set at all. I mean, it's only 3%, isn't it? So the reality is it's not that big of a difference. But it actually looks like the lefts are wearing quicker, so put the new ones on the left and put the qualies on the right. I think that might be the move. We're about to lap our first LMP2. Like on the road, that is. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we have to change, but I think we probably could and should. What's the track temp? No, we don't change. It's 11.8 degree track temp. It will take an age to get them back up to temperature. I think we just stick it out. Quite honestly, I think we just stick it out.
Lap 141.01.
That was so risky. I think the track temperature is just too cold to change them. Obviously, we'll lose a lot of time in the pits, and then we'll lose a lot of time with the warm-up. Yeah, the Reverend is doing a race on Thursday. I think he's doing 2 races, actually. I think he's doing a Daytona and a Laguna. Could be wrong. Oh, we got a new member. Who's the new member? I didn't hear any sound. What a legend. Thank you so much, whoever you are. Whoever that member is, thank you so much. Genuinely, I really appreciate that.
2.34.
Hopefully you're here now. Oh, Graham, thank you very much. You really don't have to do that. Thank you so much. Sorry, I would look at camera as I'm being sincere, but These corners, these pesky corners just keep coming up. Thank you, Graham. Genuinely, thank you very, very much. Really appreciate that. Unless Will's just stitching me up, and in fact you haven't done that. And I'm just thanking you for nothing. But either way, thank you very much. If I don't win, I'm not refunding you. Sorry. I knew you were going to say that, Will, so I beat you to it, basically.
That time was a 141.69.
Oh dear. I did. I'm always looking for excuses to flash. The opportunity never arises enough. I can already hear the intro music to the documentary. Evening, Bunny. Long time no see. We're not doing too badly, mate. We're currently winning with a sort of moderately healthy lead. So we quite literally just cannot complain at the moment. Everything is going well. I think we've got the strategy under control. Graham just very kindly gifted 5 memberships because he's an absolute legend. So yeah, all is well, really. Hope you're well. What have you done about your seat situation? Hydration break. Keep that stroke at bay.
That time was a 141.20.
If I start smelling toast, I will have to leave. You can just say, and I'm hoping that you do now, because otherwise that's going to annoy me. You can't leave us hanging like that. Oh, toast is the best, to be fair. I mean, even if I'm confident that I'm not having a stroke and I do smell toast, there's a 70% chance that I will just get up and leave for toast. Like, I know it might be a little bit boring, but sometimes toast just with butter is like, it just does all the right things. Are you going for another Sparko? Yeah, I must admit, like, I totally understand what your point with the weather and everything. Like, obviously, I love to do this. I love to be in the rig. I love to race. But when it's like too uncomfortable to be inside, it's really hard to find the motivation. And I assume you've been watching lots of the World Cup with your son. Oh, yeah, you can't have... It's funny because there's a limit for... Like an upper limit for how hard the butter can be, but no lower limit for how melted and absorbed it can be. Also, honey on toast. Unbelievable. Perfect for all times of day as well.
Lap 141.19.
And it'll be school holidays now as well, isn't it, Bunny? So... I've matured, Ben. What can I say? I've ascended. See you in a bit, Nick. It's your race time now, isn't it? So good luck. Report back on how you get on. I need to not be distracted. Six whole weeks off. Imagine what you could do with that time now. As an adult. With a salary. I mean, quite honestly, I think I'd actually get bored.
141.63.
Right, I'm genuinely not sure what to do about this tyre strategy now. I'm not sure if I should go for the change. Can we get a vote? Can we get a vote on what we should do? We don't have long in which to decide, so if we could decide quickly. Ben, Liam and Michael are all saying to not change.
That time was a 140.85.
The problem is if the sun comes up and it starts getting warm, then these... I mean, it's still going to be early morning, isn't it, if the sun does come up. I think I'm going to stick with the plan and I'm just going to not change. I mean, they are sort of getting down there, to be fair. What do we do? What do we do? Right, the temperature is coming back up. Apparently I'm changing to... Oh no, we've got a penalty. We've made a mistake. I completely forgot about that. No, it's the new... Oh no, it's the new fast lane rule. It's the new fast lane thing. Completely forgot. I completely forgot about that. And I also don't think I've got all the tyres on that I wanted because for whatever reason the rear left said invalid. So I don't think we're getting all of our tyres changed. Oh no, we're good. We're good. We've got a fresh set.
Lap 2:57.09.
Right, it also looks like P2 has changed tyres as well. So that's something. So we're both going to have warm-up issues. And anything can happen between now and the end of the race. No, we're going to have to serve the drive-through. I completely forgot. Basically, you have to stay in the fast lane now in the pits, and I completely forgot. It wasn't speeding, it was because I wasn't in the fast lane. That's a new thing. Yeah, that was my fault. I completely forgot that was a thing. We'll serve it straight away and get it out of the way with. Right, we need to be careful on the pit entry. That's so annoying that happened. I've done it again. I've done it again. Oh no. I've done it again. Oh no. I've done it again. I locked up on the entry because I've got no tyre temp. Maybe I should have stayed out to get some temp first. How has this gone so badly? Right, this time we've got to stop go because it's a repeat offence. I hope we haven't got 2 penalties. Boys, we've had an absolute shocker. We've had an absolute shocker. I've got flat spots and I've got another penalty. I know, whoever told me to change tyres. Right, what we do have is we've got 50 minutes in which to make up a fair amount of time. Oh, these tyres feel awful. I don't know how gentle I have to be on the entry though. That's the problem. Cannot believe we're doing this again. Right, we're staying in the fast lane so as to not get another penalty. Thankfully, it's only 10 seconds.
Time 2:35.05.
Is that still showing us having a drive-through as well? Am I going to have to go through the pits again? Because that surely can't be the case. That surely can't be the case. That's got to be a bug. If I have to go through the pits again, that can't be right. Oh my word. Surely that can't be right. How do I still have a drive-through? This is adding insult to injury. That doesn't seem right to me, surely. We've got some work to do now. The only thing that might save us here is if we can save some fuel. I don't know where I got track limits. Can we save enough fuel to not have to do that last stop? Can someone explain to me what I'm doing wrong here? I was on the limiter, didn't have to slow down. I'm genuinely confused now. I'm really confused as to why that's not clearing. How slow do I have to go in this pit entry? This is not... This is really weird. I'm literally going to crawl into the pits this time. Really confused. I was on the limiter before the line. This is really weird. Right. That was surely slow enough. Surely.
Time 2:20.64.
This is the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. How has this gone so horribly wrong? How has this gone so horribly wrong? Right, we're penalty free. Anyone know how long it takes for flat spots to go away? Any clues? How many laps are remaining? 24 laps.
Time was a 2:07.27.
If we want to try and get away with this without having to do a splash, we've got to do some mega fuel saving. If it's even possible to save that much fuel. Or do we just try and go flat out? Either way, what an absolute fucking nightmare we've had. What a fucking shocker. I don't think I can save 13 litres of fuel. Or 10 litres of fuel, maybe. That's a lot to save. Yeah, they're now pretty bad, it has to be said. They now do not feel fantastic at all. What we have learnt though, which is useful information for next time, is that changing tyres on the second stint is actually the right thing to do. Because now the track temp is coming up. So for anyone who does this, there's a lesson for you.
Lap 142.25.
You never know, those ahead might have problems of their own yet. Oh, these tyres are shocking. P6 is in the pits. Whether we catch him is a different story. Yeah, basically it was the fast lane, and then I for whatever reason just couldn't get rid of the penalties.
Lap time was a 141.13.
I'd like to think not. I mean, things were going pretty great up until that point as well. My word, these tyres feel awful. These flat spots have surely got to go at some point.
That time was a 1:40.
No, I don't think it is, Ben. Because current P5 has pitted a couple of laps later than we did for his final stop, so he won't have to stop again. But everyone ahead will do. So unless someone just falls off the road... Very quickly, it got light very quickly. Considering it stayed dark for so long, it got light very, very quickly. So it's showing me 19.5 laps remaining. I don't think I can save 3 laps worth of fuel. Gonna have to let this guy go. I might be able to stick with him in fuel save. Maybe.
That time was a 1:41.46.
Oh man, come on. How much space do I need to leave? This is fucking ridiculous now. Got some nice spicy front end damage as well to complement. Fucking hell, man. What a fucking disaster. God, the vibration is just horrendous. Why can we not have an option to turn this off, sorry. Or to turn off this incredibly annoying vibration? this fuel saving is just not going to work.
Lap 141.29.
I think we're just going to lose way too much time. This is so annoying. This is so annoying.
That time was a 142.42.
What an absolute calamity of errors. My God, go slower. What is this clown doing? Oh, I'm for sure going to do this again. I'm definitely going to do this race again. Because obviously, other than the handful of penalties that we've had, it's been thoroughly enjoyable. And especially doing it in the LMP2 as well. Right, we're getting the litres required down at least. It's come down to 7 litres now. I mean, that is going to keep updating all the time, but... I just think it's our best option.
Lap 143.03.
I don't think I've ever heard that before. That's funny though, I like that. Does anyone know what the actual pit lane time loss is here? Any clues?
142.36.
Does anyone know what the average pit loss time is for someone who doesn't get 3 penalties? To be more specific. Oh.
That time was a 142.10.
Forty to 50 seconds. Is that just to drive through it? The pit drive-through time, okay. Didn't read that properly. If we can save enough, that might just about bring us back into it. Because if any of those people have to stop again, we should be right there with them. Saying 11.1 laps remaining, I've got 10.6 laps of fuel remaining, so we don't have vast amounts to save.
That time was a 141.93.
That was full fuel and tyres. I don't know, it's just naturally I'm inclined to not want to go back through the pit lane. No, I think for full fuel it was like 40 something seconds, I believe. People are falling off the road around me, but just not the people that I need to fall off the road. The guy ahead has just done a 39 something on his last lap. I think we're going to be forced to do a short stop regardless, you know. I think we're going to be forced to do it.
Lap 142.69.
I don't really know how else to save any more fuel than what I'm doing now. P26 to P3? What? And I thought we had a good first lap. Tell him to be careful on pit entry. It's easy to get penalties, as I found out. It's at the minute, it's 8.2 laps remaining with 7.9 left. If it stays like that, then in theory that should be easy enough to save, but it just keeps bouncing around. It's 9.1 now apparently.
That time was a 143.06.
These hypers are honestly ludicrous. No, I mean, the penalties were genuinely my own fault. That was my stupidity that got me all of those penalties. The problem is that once you get one, it does become a lot easier to just keep stacking them up. Jesus Christ. You give me money for 2 months. I know. And you've had nothing to watch. I apologise. I really thought this race was going to make it up to you as well, Vadim. And all I've done is disappoint you once more.
144.20.
I mean, at least you're still getting videos out of me. Unlike a certain other so-called YouTuber. I will not name any names. How's it going, John? Oh, I'm joking. I'm joking. I am actually joking. I have to entertain myself. Your hot dog sticker?
2.27.
What is hot dog? What is the hot dog sticker exactly? Oh, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I thought it was like a peach or something. I don't think we're going to make it with the fuel saving, boys, sadly. I really don't think we're going to make it. It's looking pretty certain that it's going to be 83 laps. And I've been doing some seriously big lifts, and we're not getting any closer to hitting the target, so I think we are going to be forced to stop.
Time 143.30.
Oh no. I mean, I think that's the biggest travesty we've heard about tonight, to be honest with you. Mr. Hulsman doing the fastest lap of the race there, 39.390. No, gravy's the one. Gravy over curry sauce, always. Right, apparently the laps have come down again, so we might just make this.
day 140.
If it stays like this, then we should, in theory, be able to do it. I mean, we still need a bit more fuel saving somehow. Oh my god, this is so much lift and coast. And it's gone back up again. Now it's come back down again.
Lap 144.26.
I really wish it would make its mind up on what it's going to do. Honestly, these people are just unbelievable. It's going to suck if I've done all this fuel saving and it's still not enough.
That time was a 145.
It's not going to be enough. Through the pits once more we go. God, what an absolute shocker. Yeah, we should have won this though. We should have won this. There's no excuses. We should have won. This is so annoying. This is so annoying. No change on the tyres. I'm just putting in what it tells me to put in. It's probably too much fuel, but at least we're not risking anything.
Lap 208.08.
Honestly, that is so frustrating. All that fuel saving for literally nothing. I need to do this again. Obviously not tonight, but I need to do this again. Because we should have won that. We should have won it. Yeah, not so good on the speed limiter, unfortunately. Like I said, just my own stupidity that cost us that one. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh. That sucks. That really sucks. Never mind. We finished it. We finished the race. That's all that matters. We said that that's what we wanted to do when we started, so we at least achieved that goal. But that is deeply frustrating. I have to have done 3 penalties or 2 penalties or whatever it was. Oh, stupid. Very stupid. Right. Let me quickly do a thing. If this will work, actually. Nick is live now, isn't he? Nick is live now. How do you do that thing? How do you do that thing? There is a way. There is a way in which you can automatically send people to another person's stream in YouTube. And I can't remember how you do it. If possible, I will send people to Nick's stream. Redirect. Add. Mr. Nick. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to send you to someone else's. I've only just started following this person or subscribing to this person, but this person or people like this deserve more support when it comes to doing sim racing on YouTube. So you'll get a surprise when you get redirected, put it that way. But either way, despite our own cock-ups, that was still a very good race. That was a very, very enjoyable race. Hold on, Will. Just hold on, because I am going to redirect you. if we can wait until these results load, that would be ideal. If not, then I'll just share a screenshot in Discord. But I'm sending it to someone else's stream. Subscribe, support, go and watch, do all the things you know what to do. But yeah, thank you guys, thank you so much. We will be back either on Thursday, or if not on Thursday, then it will definitely be Saturday, because me and Mr. Overtake are doing the 4 hours of Laguna Seca. So yeah, hopefully I won't get us 3 penalties, but anything can happen. As always, thank you very much, people. Really, really appreciate it. I'm not going to do any of that end screen nonsense. I'm just going to end it. But yeah, thank you very much. Graham, again, thank you so much for all of the gifted memberships. Really generous. Never any expectations for anyone to do that, but very much appreciated. Vadim, I don't know if you found your sticker, but if you did, thank you very much. If not, please don't. Yeah, guys, it could have been so much more, but we had fun all the same. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and yeah, thank you again. I will see you very soon. Bye bye.